Welcome to the 50th episode of Lobster's List for Kickstarter. Number 1. Spintires is a driving sim with a variety of heavy vehicles navigating through muddy Russian forest roads. Its custom engine has terrain deformation with the truck's tires interacting with soft terrain. A demo is available for download. Players will have to be careful about managing their truck's fuel consumption, getting stuck, or damaging the cargo. The £20 tier has a copy of the game for PC and your name in the credits. There's support for steering wheel peripherals, and if it reaches a £50,000 stretch goal, cooperative multiplayer could be added. Number 2. Heavy Gear Assault is a PvP mecha combat game for PC using the Unreal 4 engine. There is the 1990s tabletop game and 2 previous video games in the history of this IP, but my first exposure to this franchise was the animated TV series. It is set on a distant planet colonized by humans where mechs duel each other in arenas. Backers at the $25 tier can get a download of the game with $25 worth of in-game currency and faster repair time perks. Mecha fans should take a look, as with an $800,000 goal, this campaign needs a lot of backers. Number 3. Shadow of the Eternals is a horror game that is the spiritual successor to the GameCube's Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, with people that worked on that game on this project's team. The story is designed to span many hundreds of years, like Eternal Darkness, and is using CryEngine 3 as the game's engine to support both PC and Wii U. Backing at the $5 tier can pre-order the first episode and get access to the development forum, while the $25 tier includes up to the 6th episode. Its developers hope to eventually create 12 episodes. Number 4. God Factory Wingmen is a competitive space combat sim where you can use inertia to drift. There is 4 versus 4 player online matches, with each player having 2 ships that can tag out like a fighting game. Teams attempt to destroy the opposing team's massive carrier ship section by section. Each ship is customizable and assembled from 12 components. You can pre-order the game for PC at the $15 tier, while 3 additional copies are included at the $35 tier so you can assemble your team. The developers are trying to raise enough funds to prepare the game so they can continue to raise funds with an alpha period like Minecraft did. I think that is a smart way to have a lower minimum goal. Number 5. SideQuest is a 2D MMO drawing inspiration from both the Western and Eastern RPGs that it satires. The heavy-lined art style and the personality of the game's world captured my attention. Players participate in up to 9 versus 9 PvP, a single-player campaign, and cooperative multiplayer questing through dungeons with bosses. There are currently 5 classes, and it looks like many systems in the game, like inventory management, are already implemented instead of just being concepts. A campaign last year that I was a backer of only raised $2,092 of a $10,000 goal. Its new goal is reduced to $5,000. This new campaign is reworked with many improvements to its presentation. The game will be free to play and browser-based through the Unity plugin. Backers can receive in-game currency starting at the $5 tier, with at least a 20% bonus in currency that increases with higher tiers. Now on to honorable mentions. Town of Salem is a free web browser-based game for 7 to 15 players, where one player plays as a serial killer. It drew inspiration from the Mafia mod for StarCraft 2. Each player can be assigned one of 29 roles for their character, with the goal of the serial killer to be the last player standing. Players will hold trials, make accusations, and vote to sentence individuals to be hanged. Deceased players can leave a last will, such as accusing someone else as being the serial killer. All backers will have their names listed on the website, and you can have a contributor tag on your forum profile where you can help alpha and beta test the game. Unrest is an RPG set in ancient India, with a key feature being that the narrative adapts itself. For example, over the game's plot, the player can take control of multiple characters, and if a character is killed, that death is incorporated into the progression of the story instead of being a game over. Players explore a city, engage in conversations with NPCs, and complete quests. Combat is described as similar to that found in Sid Meier's Pirates, but pacifists are also able to find ways to avoid fighting. A copy of the game is at the $10 tier with PC, Mac, and Linux as the target platforms. The topic of a game adapting to player failure is one I've been interested in for over a year. Ages of Madness, the game, is a point-and-click horror game set in Lovecraft's universe. There's a sanity system that will alter the direction of the story. It is being developed for PC, Linux, iOS, and Android. $25 backers gain access to a forum and a copy of the game. Cthulhu fans will likely want to check this project out. Decision Medieval from Fly Anvil has you hack and slash to defend against creatures such as zombies and trolls. It is the third in a series of flash-based games that began as a zombie shooter set in modern day. This new entry takes advantage of the Dark Ages setting for its melee and siege weaponry. Contributing $10 can reward you with access to an advertisement-free version of the game. Nelly Cootalot, the Fowl Fleet, is a point-and-click adventure game with cel shading for PC. A girl, mentored by a ghost, is trying to rescue a flock of hypnotized birds from a baron trying to obtain a mysterious treasure. It is a sequel to a freeware game someone made for his girlfriend. It has a very well done pitch video that might be one of my favorites that I've seen this year. All the £4 early bird slots are filled, so backers wanting a copy of the game will have to back at the £8 tier or higher. Evil is Not an Option is a 2D action platformer with multiple playable characters, including an amphibian martial artist and a steampunk robot. This is very early alpha footage showing off the abilities of the Dragon Slayer hero, such as wall jumping and sliding. Physics simulation is a key part of the game, with impact from objects with enough force harming both players and monsters. The game for PC is at the $10 tier, with Mac and Linux planned to be released in the future. Multiplayer versus, survival, and cooperative modes are also planned. Metal Wars, the first one, is a World War I setting-inspired isometric shooter with the cartoony art style. There looks like a lot of effort went into this game, and Metal Slug fans should take a look. The £10 tier includes the game for PC, and you can try a demo linked to on the project page. If it reaches £18,000, then Mac and Linux ports are promised. Dungeon of Elements is a mix of dungeon clearing RPG and puzzle game for PC. It is similar to the puzzle game Dr. Mario that was one of my favorite games to play on my brother's NES. Backers can pre-order the game for $15 at $5 off the planned launch price. At the time of this recording, it is just over 60% towards its goal. Energy Hook allows the player to grapple and swing around flooded ruins of cities. The project creator developed the web-slinging mechanic for the game Spider-Man 2 and also worked on some Tony Hawk games. Target platforms were PC and Mac, but has already reached its Linux port stretch goal. Other goals it is trying to reach are adding gameplay features like grinding and zip lines. You can pre-order at the $15 tier if there are no more $10 tiers remaining. The Dream King is a Metroidvania with 4-player local co-op, a player versus player battle mode, and a roster of over 20 playable characters. The project creator released a 4-player Mega Man fan game in the past. You can give an appropriate name to an in-game town NPC at the $5 tier, with a copy of the game for PC added at the $10 tier. Mobile devices and micro consoles like Ouya and GameStick are also platforms being considered. Time of Eve is an original net animation that began in 2008. The premise has a future where androids are common in society. A cafe provides a safe place for androids to interact with people as equals by not showing the holographic ID rings that indicate they are not human. This project is to create an international Blu-ray for fans, and it was a pleasant surprise to see launch. For a $20 contribution, you can get a 40-page art book and 8 postcards, while the $55 tier adds the Blu-ray itself. Backers outside the US need to raise their pledges to cover shipping to their region. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps those projects.